students were given this question, which one of the points I, -2, positive I, and 3 is farthest from the origin? Now, if you were to draw the Argon diagram, so what is that we use for representing a complex number? It is the Argon diagram. So we have the real axis here and the imaginary axis. Now, if I were to represent I, the coefficient of I is 1. So just go there and mark this point. So if you were to draw the representation for this point by means of the position vector, then you need to draw a line like this and have a small arrow. So that is the representation for I. Okay, so the distance of I is represented in this fashion. Now let us go and represent -2, positive I. So this is -1, this is -2. So -2, positive I means the coordinates are -2, comma positive 1. So clearly that's going to be here because this is -2. Positive 1 occurs over here along the positive side of the imaginary axis. So if you were to connect this point, say, then that representation would be something like this. So this is point is -2, positive I. Now for the point 3, 3 is just a real quantity. So if I were to take this point as 1 and 2, and this is going to be my 3, and then if I were to connect the point 3 from the origin O, then its representation would be in this fashion. So this is the pictorial representation of these points, okay, but we have to zero in the findings by means of using complex numbers. So let us take the complex numbers as z1 is equal to I and z2 is -2, positive I, and z3 as positive 3. So 3 complex numbers. So to find the distance of the point from the origin, we need to take the modulus. So consider the modulus of z1, which is equal to root of 1 squared, which is equal to 1. And now we take the modulus of z2, which is root of -2 squared, positive 1 squared, which is root of 5. Finally, we take the modulus of the third complex number 3. So it's going to be root of 3 squared. So the imaginary part is 0. So just I'm placing 0 squared. You don't need to place it. So I'm just placing it. So root of 3 squared is going to be 9. And root of 3 is, in other words, root of 9 is going to give me 3. So I've got the following quantities: 1, root of 5, and 3. Clearly root of 5 is not going to be 3, right? We all know root 4 is 2. So root of 5 would be slightly more than 2. Okay, so from the observation from above, we notice that z1 is less than z2, which is in turn less than z3. Okay, that is 1 is less than root 5, which in turn is less than 3. So this implies 3 is farthest from the origin. So that is the conclusion with this question.